Before we begin, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Your support helps bring more terrifying tales to life. Welcome to our first episode of Brazilian horror stories. Turn off the lights and listen closely. Brazil is a land of breathtaking nature and vibrant culture, but beneath all that beauty lives a darker side. Stories whispered across generations, tragedies that refuse to stay buried, and events that defy explanation. Tonight, you will hear 3 real Brazilian horror stories. Let's begin. Our first tale takes place deep in the Amazon rainforest, inside the grand Manaus Opera House, a monument built during the rubber boom to show the world the wealth and power of the region. Yeah, but few know the tragedy that haunts its extravagant halls. Her name was Sofia Tapajós, a rising soprano with a voice so powerful it seemed to make the air itself vibrate. She trained under Maestro Álvaro de Menezes, a conductor whose talent was only matched by his obsession with perfection. Sofia complained of strange vibrations beneath the stage floor, claiming she felt something shift whenever she sang. Workers dismissed it, insisting the building was solid and new. On opening night, dressed in a white gown, Sofia stepped onto the stage to perform the aria that would define her career. Maestro Álvaro lifted his baton, the orchestra began to play, and the stage opened beneath her feet. Sofia fell into the darkness, her scream swallowed by the music. The maestro demanded the show continue, and by the time the curtain fell, Sofia was dead. Officials blamed a construction flaw, but workers whispered that warnings had been ignored. From then on, the opera house changed. Singers felt someone watching them. Musicians saw a woman in white crossing the stage only to vanish. Security refused night shifts after hearing a soprano's voice echoing at 3 a.m. The most terrifying incident happened in 1997 when 2 electricians found a woman under the spotlight. Pale skin, long dark hair, a flowing white dress. They called out. She didn't respond. Instead, she lifted her head and began to sing. Her voice shook the entire theater. The men ran, and one swore she stared and smiled at him before he escaped. They said it was Sofia Tapajós, doomed to repeat the aria she never finished. If you're ever alone inside the opera house, you might hear her voice too. Our second story comes from the rural interior of Rondônia, where the legend of the Corpo-Seco, the dry body, remains a warning to this day. In the 1980s lived Lorindo Batista, a man feared for his cruelty. He robbed travelers, terrorized locals, and was especially brutal to his own mother. People claimed even the forest rejected him. When Lorindo died, things only got worse. At his funeral, the coffin felt strangely light. When buried, the earth sank as if swallowing the body. That night, dogs barked wildly. Villagers heard dragging footsteps, slow and heavy. By morning, Lorindo's grave was torn open from the inside. Soon, a tall, thin figure appeared on the roads at night, its skin cracked and dry like old leather. Its fingers were stiff, long, and brittle. It made no sound, simply followed from a distance. One night, a farmer named Moacir heard slow knocks at his door. Thinking it was a neighbor, he opened it and came face to face with the dry body. Hollow eyes, skin stretched over bone. Moacir collapsed in terror, insisting the creature whispered his name despite barely moving its lips. Its skeletal footprints remained on his dirt floor the next day. The final known sighting came in 2004, when 2 teenagers saw the creature standing in the middle of the road, revealing a gaping hole in its chest. They fled, and their motorcycle was found scratched days later. Locals still warn travelers, respect the dead, respect your parents, or risk becoming prey for the Corpo-Seco. Our final story takes place in the fog-covered mountains of São Paulo, in the eerie village of Paranapiacaba, built by British engineers in the 1800s. The constant mist makes it feel trapped between worlds. Train conductors, workers, and residents have reported apparitions for over a century, but the most chilling is the ghost of the Lantern Man. According to locals, he was a railway worker who died during a massive storm while trying to alert an incoming train of a collapsed section of track. He was struck by lightning, his lantern found still glowing beside his body. Not long after his death, train operators began seeing a lone lantern swinging in the fog ahead of them. Thinking it was a worker, they slowed down, only for the light to vanish. Moments later, they would find debris or damage on the tracks exactly where the lantern had appeared. Some believe the spirit is trying to prevent others from dying as he did. But others say that when the lantern swings erratically, it's a warning to stay away, because the spirit is not guiding you, it's luring you. In 2013, a group of hikers reported seeing a lantern flicker deep in the mist at night. Thinking someone needed help, they followed the light. It moved deeper and deeper into the forest, then suddenly disappeared. They were lost for hours until rescue teams found them, terrified and shivering, nowhere near the trail. Paranapiacaba remains one of the most haunted places in Brazil, especially on foggy nights when the Lantern Man is said to walk among the old tracks, searching for lost souls. Thank you for joining me in this episode of Brazilian Horror Stories. If you enjoyed these tales and want more terrifying legends from Brazil, don't forget to subscribe, leave a comment, and share your thoughts. Your company makes these nights a little less dark. Until next time, sleep with the lights on.